Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and I am hoping that this time it's actually working. I hope that the internet works, that the sound works, that the picture doesn't freeze. It would be really, really nice to just yes, it's working because I see that I have words coming up, so it's closed captioning. I didn't do anything differently than I did the first time. And that is the frustration. I'm telling you, you have to keep a clear head and you have to have so much tenacity. I was just reading something on another Facebook group, and it's called Stamp Junkies. So it's not just Stampin' Up, it's all different stamping companies. And someone had written a very heartfelt post about how maybe it's because we all have COVID fatigue and there were a lot of negative comments and things like that. Now, I don't have that here at all. You guys are amazing. What a fantastic community of stampers we have here. But the point that this person was making is that as a regular stamper, and you have no idea what it's like to be on the other end and how many things have to be figured out before you actually see us doing a live video or a blog post or a newsletter. A lot of these services cost money, and then there's just so much behind the scenes work that you have to do, boring stuff. Like, I love writing a blog post and I love doing a video, but figuring out all that technical stuff behind the scenes and making sure that everything is right, and that's the stuff that isn't so much fun, but it's the stuff that you have to do. So I'm going to pick up where we left off with the last card. Now, unfortunately on YouTube, it conked out before I even did anything. So I'm going to walk you through the first few steps of the card. It's not a complicated card. Most of the cards for my virtual coffee and a card have not been complicated cards. Now, I have to say that June is the exception. For June, I kind of went a bit hog wild doing different folds, and I absolutely love the Berry Blessings paper. So there are still 3 kits left for that virtual coffee and a card. $25 shipped anywhere in Canada. It's really a great deal, especially in June, because there's 5 cards. There's always a card for each Tuesday. There's also a PDF available on my blog, thepamperedstamper.com. If you go across the top of my blog, there's a section called PDF tutorials. If you click on that, you'll see all the tutorials that are available. And I love writing tutorials. I've been told by people who buy them that they are very clearly written and easy to follow. So that makes me happy. It's instant gratification for card making. So now we're going to get started. If you have any questions, let me know. And here we go. So here is the card that we were making, and I'll show you how far we've gotten. We've gotten this far. We don't have the ice cream cones on there yet. So what I did is the green polka dot paper, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4, gets put on the card. The card base is 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And this is my thick basic white cardstock. Now the white piece is 4 3/4 by 3 5/8, and then it's been run through the embossing folder, which is called Painted Textures. That's it, which is a wonderful, wonderful embossing folder. Now, before I put that white piece down, I tied a piece of tulle ribbon around it, and then I tied a little piece of the Pool Party sheer ribbon around that. And then it's important, I see that I forgot to do it on this end. You want to trim your ribbon on an angle, because that not only looks better, it also stops your ribbon from fraying. Okay, so that's how far we are. So now I have used the punch. Now I don't know if let me see. I'm going to see if I can find this stamp set. Now this is the catalog from Europe. It looks exactly the same, but if you look at the prices inside, let's see, Ice Cream Builder Punch. It is on page 49. The prices will be in euros, but the reason I'm showing you this, so here it is. Lots of great samples there. And the thing is, that beautiful paper at the bottom is only available till the end of June, okay? And while supplies last. So if it's gone, it's gone. And the punch builder punches out these 2 things. You could stamp and punch, but you can also punch them straight out of the paper, which is what I did. So we're going to we're going to put that together. Super easy. These little sprinkles are also really cute addition to the suite. So it's just a really nice suite. I highly recommend it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to build my ice cream cone. So I'm just going to move these off to the side. And this one has been stamped, and this one is just out of the paper. Okay, so we're going to put this one on here, and then I took some glimmer paper, which is cut out of our rainbow glimmer paper that's in the annual catalog. I think it's in the annual, it might be in the thing. I'm just putting some adhesive on the bottom of the ice cream cone, like so, and then a little bit here. And then I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive on the top of the cone, like so. And then we'll pop the whole thing up. How's that? Okay, well, there must be sound because I see my words, so that's good. So now I have my ice cream cone, and what I'm going to do is I'm looking for some dimensionals. Pardon the view of my arm. Oh, here, this is a sheet. You can use all the edges of your dimensionals too, okay? Don't throw them away. See, I'm just going to use the whole thing like that. And that's good. It looks ugly, but that's okay. It doesn't have to look pretty this way. And so that one's going to go like so. And then the next one, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see better. Let's have a look. There. So this one, we're going to put this little guy on top. This is a great set for kits. It also coordinates with the last paper pumpkin, which was really, really cute. I have a couple left at home if you want one. And now for this piece, we're going to take the sprinkle stamp from here. And there we go. There. And it can fit right on this little guy here. And then I'm going to use the color Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so I've got Flirty Flamingo. And then I think I'm even going to stamp off because I don't want it to be too bright. Okay, so tap, 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 stamp off, and then, see, and then, yeah, now it's exactly the right color. So you can get like 3 colors out of one ink pad. Take a look. So stamp full strength, stamp again, and stamp off 3 times. That's called generational stamping, if you want to get fancy. Okay, so I'm going to close this up. Oh, it's tight. There. The reason they're nice and tight is that they don't dry out then. All right, so now I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the bottom. I have to remember on my next order to order Tombow, the liquid adhesive. I actually do like using that for this because it kind of, I'm going to move this one a little bit on an angle. The ice cream, you know, sometimes the top ball falls off a little bit. Yeah, it would make little kids cry if their ice cream falls apart. You could also, with your dimensionals, just tear it like that. You don't have to cut with your scissors for that last little bit. It tears off nicely. Okay, so now we're going to have 2 ice cream cones side by side. This is just a happy card. And look, I even switched it up. Look, this is the card I'm working on now, and this is the card, see? This is kind of like a Where's Waldo? What's different? See, I just switched the cones. It's kind of cute. So now I have discovered that I don't have my heat gun here because I was using Gerard's paint stripper, and he must have needed it, so it's not up here right now. So I think I might just have to invest in a heat tool so that the tool actually stays in my room. But I'm going to show you a trick, okay? So I use the Stamparatus. So take a look, and I don't know if you can see it, but right here in the corner, I'm going to lift it up a little bit. You can see that I put that black piece of paper that was included in your kit. I actually put adhesive on the back of that paper so that it sticks to my Stamparatus so that when I ink it up, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to do it in Versamark, and then maybe, just a minute, you guys can see at least the Versamark. I don't have any, I can't emboss it because I don't have one, but I want to show you how well it works. So